Hey guys, welcome back to another TEKDEP repair video. In today's episode, we're going to be replacing the battery on this MacBook Pro 13-inch model A1708 2016. Let's go ahead and get into it. So as with any MacBook repair, the first thing we're going to do is flip the unit over and remove the pentalobe screws holding the bottom case on. And now I'm going to use a suction cup and clamp on and pull up on the bottom case. And now we're going to push the top case away from ourselves and pull the bottom case towards to release these front little clasps here. And that's our bottom case removed. So as you guys can see, all three of these battery cells here have really swollen and gotten super big, specifically the center one here. The worst part about this one in the center is it typically likes to crack or break the trackpad along with the trackpad flex cable. So whenever you get a battery service indicator, especially when it says service now, I definitely recommend picking up one of our batteries or mailing it to us to get that serviced for you. So now that we're in the unit, the first thing we're going to do is remove this little taped cover here. This is going to expose the battery management unit flex cable as well as the actual battery connector there. So the first thing we're going to do is unplug this management unit cable here, and then we're going to take a T5 screwdriver and go ahead and release the little jumper from the battery daughter board to the main board here. Now the unit's safe to work on. So we're going to take that same T5 screwdriver and go ahead and remove the retention bracket and two T5 screws that secure the trackpad flex cable to the main board. And we're going to peel this back and off of the battery. And this is an optional step, but definitely one I recommend, especially if it's your first time replacing a battery. We're actually just going to remove the entire trackpad here to avoid damaging it when we're prying the battery off. So we're going to use that same T5 screwdriver and remove all of these screws around this trackpad. So there's going to be 4 on either side and 2 in the center. All right, so to remove the trackpad, we're just going to go ahead and open the unit very slowly. Make sure the trackpad cable is feeding down through its little cutout here. And the reason you want to be careful that you're not lifting the trackpad is there are little standoff washers and washer plates here that make it so the trackpad just sits correctly and you can click it when you try to click. If you lose one of those and you reinstall the trackpad, it won't feel right and it won't click down when you're trying to do anything. So now we're going to go ahead and start removing the battery. We're going to use some isopropyl alcohol. I recommend 90% or higher. We're just going to go around the battery and put it there to help soften the glue. That way this just wants to come off of the unit instead of being really stuck on there when we go to pry it off. All right, and while that isopropyl alcohol is breaking down the adhesive, we're going to go ahead and remove the other end of our battery management unit flex cable and the 2 T5 screws that hold this section of the battery in place. All right, so after letting the isopropyl alcohol sit for just a minute to break down the adhesive, we're going to take a flat-edged spudger or pry tool here and go underneath the battery, making sure not to puncture it or put any pressure anywhere other than in between the adhesive and the battery to help remove it. There we are, there's that side free as well, and the center. So now we can just lift our old battery out, and we do have to go ahead and scrape off the remaining adhesive strips before we can install new ones to hold our new battery in. In order to get the adhesive strips off, I recommend using more isopropyl alcohol, just kind of soaking them in it, and then sort of a flat nose metal spudger just like this. This isn't going to scrape or damage the top case, but it is going to make it really easy to get these adhesive strips off, just like so. All right, with all of our adhesive removed, we just have to go ahead and dry off and clean off the area, and we're ready to install our new battery. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get our brand new battery out, which, by the way, if you're looking for any parts or tools you see in today's video, specifically the battery or the battery daughter board flex cable, of course, we have them on our website. You can find them linked in the description below or at TEKDEP.com. So our brand new battery does come pre-applied with new adhesive strips, so all we have to do is take these protective covers off and line up the battery. So the most important section is going to be the middle here. You want to make sure you line it up based off of the middle, as well as these two little sections here where the cables run to the second and third cell. And once all that's lined up, we're just going to go across with even pressure and make sure we press the battery down. Now we're going to peel off this protective cover, and that's our battery installed. We just have to put the two T5 screws in, as well as the battery management unit flex cable or daughter board flex cable. So we're going to start with the two T5 screws that hold the daughter board in place. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the battery management unit or daughter board flex cable and plug the small end. So you can see the larger end here and the smaller end here. The smaller end goes into this side and the larger end goes into the logic board. If the battery is not reporting percentage correctly, if it's not staying on after it's being unplugged from the charger, if it's not charging, this is going to be the culprit. Go ahead and try reseating this cable. If reseating it doesn't work, you may need a new one. Next thing we're going to do is open up our unit, place our trackpad on the screen, roughly here. Make sure we keep the flex cable in hand, feed the flex cable through, then we're going to line it up inside the top case. There it is. Plug in the trackpad first, stick it down to the new battery, and then again, this is going to be a T5 screwdriver for this. We're going to go ahead and replace the 8 screws, 4 on either side, and the 2 in the center. The 2 in the center are going to be the shortest screws, and the 8 around the outside are going to be the longer screws. On these, you don't have to go super tight. It's really just got to be finger tight. And again, if your trackpad isn't clicking correct, if it's not, feeling right, this is going to be why. These are probably over tightened, and or one of the little washers that goes on the trackpad side is gone. And again, same T5 screwdriver. We're now going to replace the retention bar for the trackpad flex cable. And now we're going to take what we call the pancake screw and secure the jumper between the battery and the logic board. This one you want to make sure is tightened all the way down. It will bottom out. This is just going to make sure the pads are contacting correctly. Now for the final step inside the unit here, we're going to plug back in the battery management unit flex cable to the logic board side. Make sure it's all the way in, or like I said earlier, the battery won't be detected correctly, won't charge, won't stay on. And we're gonna go ahead and replace just the little tape cover here. Take our bottom case, and we're gonna place it on first. And this is gonna push down and slide forward on both sides because that's gonna engage the little feet that hold it in place, just like so. Now we're gonna go ahead and click it in. And take our pentalobe screws and secure them back down. The very short ones, the shortest ones are going to be the two front ones, followed by the next shortest ones on the sides at the bottom here, which that is not one, that is the longest one. It's going to go up top. And that's our unit reassembled. So all we have to do is now turn it over, plug it in, and turn it on. Make sure the battery is charging, reading the correct percentage, and that will be the repair complete. So I've got our charger here. We're gonna go ahead and plug it in, open it up, give it a second just to realize it's charging, and then turn it on. And as you can see, the unit came on. That means everything's good to go. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below, and with the help of the community, we'll be sure to assist you. If you saw any parts or tools you need in the video, check out the links below or check us out at TEKDEP.com. If you're interested in a mail-in repair or a data recovery, also check the links below or check us out at TEKDEP.com. We'll see you guys in the next episode.